She's been smiling to your face and recording your words. Now she has a. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is very serious. Behind your back something has been moving like a shadow, and Archangel Michael himself has leaned down from the heavens with his sword raised, declaring, I order you to open this right now. Do not skip it. Do not delay. For this is not a small matter. The truth is trembling at the edges of your life. She has been smiling at your face as if her love and loyalty were real, but all the while she has been recording your words, capturing your voice, gathering her secrets, not to protect you but to hold them like a dagger in the darkness. What she has in her hand now is not only your spoken words but your trust, twisted and betrayed. She has a plan with those recordings, and God is pulling back the veil so you may see what was hidden. You cannot imagine the depth of this betrayal, my child. The laughter she shared with you was hollow, the kindness she showed was calculated. She knew that the warmth of your heart made you open, and she wanted that openness not to cherish but to use. Every time you confided, every time you spoke honestly, she pressed an invisible button, sealing your voice inside a device, archiving not just your sentences but your soul. She has kept those words, twisted them, and in secret she has played them back to others. God says, this is not something to be ignored because He Himself has seen it. Nothing escapes His eyes. The heavens recorded not only her actions but her intentions. Archangel Michael cries with urgency, telling you that the smile you thought was safe was never safe. That smile was a mask. Behind it was an agenda, and now she is carrying something in her possession that could wound you deeply. God says, this woman is not simply keeping memories, she is keeping evidence. Fabricated evidence she intends to use when the hour strikes. That is why this message comes to you in trembling power, because time is shorter than you think. My beloved, God says you have often felt in your spirit that something was wrong. You dismissed the shiver in your heart, you ignored the strange silence that would fall after certain conversations. You thought it was just your mind playing tricks, but it was your spirit crying out. Your soul already sensed that someone was trying to weave a net around you. God says the net is now almost complete, but before she casts it, He is tearing it apart with the truth. That is why Archangel Michael orders you not to skip this, because this exposure is your shield. If you look away, you risk walking straight into a trap. Listen carefully. She has not been working alone. The recordings she made have already been shared with another person. That person is standing at a distance, waiting for the right moment to strike. God says you are being watched more closely than you imagine, but do not be afraid for His light is upon you. The enemy cannot prevail when heaven has already spoken. Michael is not just warning you, he is standing guard. His wings are spread, his sword is burning. He has already fought battles you didn't even know were being waged, blocking attempts against your name, deflecting accusations before they reached your ears. But God says this. You must not ignore the warning signs any longer. This is not a game. The smile you thought was harmless is a disguise. The laugh you trusted was a lure. And the secret she has is dangerous because it was taken from your own lips. You will feel shaken as this revelation unfolds, but God wants you to know that exposure is mercy. He would rather break your heart now with the truth than allow you to walk blindly into destruction. God says, think back. Do you remember the moments you wondered why she asked you to repeat certain things? Do you recall how she tilted her head, as if listening more carefully than usual, drawing words out of you like water from a well? That was not innocent curiosity. That was a deliberate act to capture your truth and twist it. The Spirit of God says she has been working on this for a long time, longer than you realized, and the reason it is being revealed today is because the appointed time has come. Exposure cannot wait. Michael says, the reason you feel restless, the reason you feel like someone is following you even in your spirit, is because the recordings are now in play. They are no longer hidden in one place. They have been duplicated, passed along, and now she thinks she has the power to hold you in her hand. But God laughs at the schemes of the wicked. He says the very device she used to capture you will be the same device that exposes her. What she thought would shame you will turn against her, for heaven is rewriting the script. God says, do not fear. He knows the trembling in your chest right now, the way your breath feels unsteady reading this. That is because your spirit recognizes the truth. The words you spoke in trust were sacred, and their misuse is a violation. But God says no one can take your voice when He is the one who gave it. No recording can silence the living Word of God that lives in you. Beloved child, there is more. This is not just about betrayal, it is about destiny. The reason she tried so hard to capture your words is because your words carry weight. She envied the power in your speech, the authority in your spirit, the way doors open when you declare something. She wanted to possess the power by stealing your voice. But God says she cannot. No one can steal what heaven has anointed. Michael cries again, do not ignore this. Do not pretend you did not see. If you try to dismiss this, the snare will tighten. But if you listen, if you pray, if you stand under the covering of God, nothing she holds will touch you. God says He is moving now, behind the scenes, to dismantle her plan. There will be a moment very soon when something slips, when the hidden recordings will surface in an unexpected way. And instead of harming you, they will harm her credibility. Instead of breaking you, they will reveal who she really is. God says, be still and know that I am God. I am your defender. I am the one who fights for you. The Holy Spirit whispers that this woman underestimated divine timing. She thought she had control because she had evidence, but what she did not know is that God controls the evidence. God controls the witnesses. God controls the narrative. She will not succeed. My child, there is urgency because this revelation is part of your protection. You must be alert. You must pray. And you must not confide in her anymore, no matter how sincere she looks, no matter how warm her smile appears. For God says that smile is a cloak, but underneath it is deception. Michael is shouting in the heavens right now, his voice like thunder, this is very serious. Open your eyes. Guard your heart. Protect your words. God is with you, and nothing formed against you shall prosper. God says, you have been chosen to see this before it is too late. This message is the shield placed in your hand. Do not set it aside, Read it again. Pray over it. Let the Spirit guide you, because exposure is the beginning of your deliverance. God says, this is very serious. Behind your back, something has been happening that you were not supposed to know until this moment. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now, because time is not waiting and your spirit cannot be taken. Your spirit cannot afford delay. She has been smiling in your face, pretending to love you, pretending to support you, pretending to be harmless, but while she smiled, her heart carried something else. She has been recording your words, twisting them, holding them in secret as weapons against you. Now she has a plan, a scheme, a plot that is almost at its full completion, and you are standing at the edge of discovery. This is not coincidence that you are hearing this now, because heaven chooses the timing when lies are exposed, and the masks fall off. You have wondered for a long time why you felt something was not right, why you felt the eyes of envy upon you even in the company of those who said they loved you. You were right to feel it. You were right to sense it. God placed discernment in your spirit, and the quiet whispers you heard, the uneasiness in your chest, the strange silences when you entered the room, all of these were not imagination. They were warnings. And now the warning has turned into revelation, and revelation has turned into exposure. Heaven is pulling back the curtain. Michael has been standing beside you, shielding you, but he has also been weeping because you have ignored many of the earlier signs. He cried loudly when he saw the betrayal unfolding, and you choosing to believe the false smile instead of the whisper in your spirit. He does not want to see you hurt, but the danger has grown louder than silence. That is why this message arrives now, commanding you to open it, commanding you not to skip, commanding you not to dismiss, because one more moment of ignoring could open a door that should remain locked. She has been keeping record of your words. The times you spoke freely, thinking you were safe. The times you shared your heart, believing you were being listened to with love. The times you revealed secrets, dreams, and private struggles. She has not listened with compassion. She has stored with calculation. Those words are now sitting in a place you cannot see, but heaven has seen. She has them written, recorded, replayed, ready to use, ready to twist. And the plan was to smile in your face until the day of exposure would crush you unexpectedly. But God says number. God says the enemy will not have the final word. God says exposure will happen before destruction. Even now, there are conversations being held about you that you were not invited into. Rooms where your name is spoken but your presence is not welcome. Plots written on paper that were never shown to you. Screens glowing with messages that carry your name, but not your truth. Heaven is revealing all of it because you must not walk blind into the snare. You must not keep opening your heart to the very hands that sharpen a knife behind your back. Do not underestimate the seriousness of this. Michael says, this is not a small betrayal. This is not gossip that passes and disappears. This is a calculated attack designed to wound you in ways that would echo for years if heaven did not intervene. The woman who has smiled and pretended is not just acting alone. She has whispered into the ears of others. She has pulled others into the web. Some who once stood neutral have been turned against you by her retelling of your words. That is why the atmosphere around you has felt colder, why certain faces no longer meet your eyes the same way. It is not your imagination. It is the poison of deception spreading, but it will not last because God says exposure has already begun. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. You need to understand why heaven allows exposure instead of silence. If heaven allowed her mask to remain, you would continue to share your heart with the one who secretly records your pain. If heaven allowed her smile to continue unchecked, you would keep feeding the very mouth that spreads venom against you. If heaven allowed her handshakes and embraces to stay unchallenged, you would walk deeper into the pit prepared for you. Exposure is painful, yes, but it is mercy. It is the light that burns before the darkness can swallow you. This is not a message of fear, but of awakening. God is not telling you to hide, but to open your eyes. To prepare your spirit. To stop giving pearls to swine, to stop casting your secrets into hands that only want to weaponize them. You are called for greater things, and those greater things cannot rest on foundations of betrayal. That is why a betrayal is being shown now, so you can step forward unchained instead of stumbling later with wounds that would take longer to heal. She has something now, something dangerous, but it will not destroy you. Because the same way she has been recording in secret, heaven has been recording her actions too. Every hidden conversation, every false smile, every manipulation has been written in the heavenly books. And when heaven writes, nothing is erased. God has evidence beyond her evidence, and his evidence speaks louder. She cannot outwit the one who sees all things. She cannot hide her intentions from the all-seeing eyes of the Lord. What she has done behind your back will now be brought into the open, and the same smile she used to deceive will tremble when truth is spoken aloud. Michael is standing with the sword drawn, cutting away the veil of deception. He is ordering you to take this seriously. Do not delay. Do not dismiss. Do not explain away her behavior anymore. Do not silence your spirit when it screams at you that something is wrong. Trust what you feel, because heaven has confirmed it. Heaven has whispered it again and again, and now heaven is shouting it through this message. You are not alone. God is with you. Every attempt to record you, twist you, and trap you is already countered. The trap will turn into her own snare. The evidence she thinks she has against you will collapse under the weight of truth. She believes she has secured something, but she has secured her own downfall. What she thought would destroy you will expose her. What she thought would shame you will shame her. What she thought would silence you will silence her. But you must not wait passively. You must prepare yourself. Watch carefully. Do not share what does not need to be shared. Do not trust words just because they sound sweet. Do not lean into every hand that stretches toward you. There is discernment in your spirit for a reason. Let it guide you. Heaven is your shield, but wisdom is also your weapon. Walk in it now. God says the season of false friends is ending. The season of masks is ending. The season of deception hiding behind smiles is ending. There will be tears because exposure always carries tears, but those tears will cleanse, not destroy. They will free, not chain. They will heal, not wound. What you thought was friendship will be revealed as manipulation, but once it is gone, you will stand lighter, freer, ready for the new connections heaven has prepared. Michael is not only exposing, he is protecting. He has stood by your bed at night, guarding you while you slept. He has walked beside you in rooms where enemies smiled at you. He has wept when you trusted the wrong people, but he has not abandoned you. His command is urgent because he loves you with the fierce loyalty of heaven. He will not let you walk into destruction, but he needs you to listen now. This is not a time to shrug and move on. This is the moment of decision, the moment of awakening. She has smiled. She has recorded. She has plotted. But God has watched. Michael has fought. And now you have been told. Do not ignore this, for heaven does not speak lightly. The words you read now are fire, burning away illusions, burning away masks, burning away every false peace. What remains after the fire will be truth, and in truth there is freedom. God says, be strong. Do not fear. Trust him. What is against you is smaller than what is for you. The hand that tries to harm you is weaker than the hand that covers you. The words twisted against you will be silenced by the word of God that stands eternal. And the smile that deceives will be broken when heaven shines its light. Stay awake. Stay guarded. Stay faithful. For this is very serious, but you are safe in the arms of the Almighty. My beloved child, listen carefully, for the words I placed before you are not ordinary, and the timing of this message is not accidental. This is very serious. What has been hidden in shadows is now being brought into the light, and I do not want you to be deceived or caught unprepared. I see everything. I hear everything, and I know the plans that others make against you even when they whisper in secret. Archangel Michael has stood beside you, shielding you, and today his voice is trembling with urgency, for he says to you, open this now, do not delay, do not turn away, for there are things happening behind your back that you must be aware of. She who has been smiling in your face has been recording your words, and she has used the appearance of kindness as a mask to conceal her deeper intent. Do not be afraid, because I have already gone before you. I am with you in every step, and even though the truth is painful to hear, it is better to know the truth than to walk blindly in lies. My child, there is someone in your circle, someone who pretends to honor you, someone who acts as if she supports you, yet she has been gathering your words, your thoughts, and your moments of weakness to twist them, to use them, to harm you. But I tell you now, her weapon will not prosper. For I am your protector, I am your father, and I will not allow the schemes of deceit to succeed against you. The reason I reveal this now is because it has reached a breaking point. She has smiled to your face, but behind that smile there is a hidden record. She has smiled to your face, but her heart was plotting. She has smiled to your face, but her loyalty was never with you. I do not want you to be naive, my child. I do not want you to remain in the darkness of false friendship. I want you to see clearly, and Archangel Michael's command is urgent because he knows the timing. He knows that her intentions are moving toward exposure, and before she can turn what she carries against you, I want you to be armed with truth. Do not let fear grip your soul, because the enemy feeds on fear. But you must stand firm in faith. Trust in me. The very thing she thought she would use to break you will become the evidence of her own deception. She thought she could hold your words as a chain over you, but instead I will turn those words into a sort of light that exposes her. My child, when you remain in me, when you continue to walk in truth and love, there is nothing that can be twisted against you that will stand. Lies will crumble when confronted by light. I see how much you have endured. I see the way you have opened your heart and extended trust. I see the way you have given kindness without hesitation. But not every smile is real, not every embrace is pure, not every hand extended is meant to uplift. Some are masks, some are illusions, and this is why I whisper warnings to you through my messengers. This is why Archangel Michael raises his sword and cries out, "Open this now, do not ignore it." Because he loves you, because he has guarded you, because his mission is to defend the ones who belong to me. You may feel betrayed when you realize the truth. You may feel as though the ground beneath you shakes when the mask is removed. But do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Forgive, but also be wise. Release, but also guard your spirit. I never ask you to remain in the company of those who seek to harm you. I ask you instead to rise above them, to walk in wisdom, and to let me handle their judgment. Do not lower yourself to fight them in their own way. Let me be your vindicator. Let me be your defender. Even now, while I speak to you, she does not realize that I am watching. She does not realize that her secret plans have already been intercepted by heaven. What she thought she could hide, I have already exposed. What she thought she could use against you has already been turned into nothing but dust before me. Her records, her words, her devices, none of them will prosper. For when I say no, no one can override me. When I declare protection, no hand can penetrate it. My child, there will be moments in your life where you will feel as though you are walking through fire, but you will not be burned. There will be moments when the waters rise around you, but you will not drown. This moment, this revelation, is one of those times. It feels intense, it feels heavy, it feels like an ambush. But in reality, it is simply light piercing darkness, truth breaking through falsehood. And when truth shines, shadows scatter. Archangel Michael stands at your side now. He is not silent. He does not rest when danger approaches. His wings cover you, his sword gleams with heavenly fire, and his voice thunders against every spirit of deceit. He has been assigned to you, and his command is urgent. Listen now, not later. Trust now, not tomorrow. Because the enemy does not wait, but neither does heaven. I move faster than every plan against you. My beloved, I am with you. Do not lose hope. Do not let discouragement sit on your chest. Do not let the thought of betrayal destroy your heart. Instead, let it refine you. Let it teach you wisdom. Let it remind you that not everyone deserves access to your most vulnerable places. Guard your words. Guard your spirit. Share your heart with me, for I will never use it against you. I will never betray you. I will never twist your words. I will never smile falsely. My love for you is true, eternal, and unshakable. You are safe. You are covered. No matter what she holds, no matter what she recorded, no matter what she planned, you will not fall. You will not be ruined. You will not be destroyed. The fire of my Spirit surrounds you, the blood of my covenant protects you, and the angels encamp around you. You are not alone. Pray to me in this hour. Pray not with fear, but with faith. Call upon me, and I will answer. Trust that I am exposing what needs to be exposed. Trust that I am lifting the veil. Trust that I am protecting you from harm. Even as you pray, I am moving. Even as you call upon me, I am dismantling the schemes. Even as you place your heart in my hands, I am strengthening you. Do not forget this moment. Do not take this message lightly. It was not sent to you by chance. It was sent because heaven loves you too much to let you walk in blindness. It was sent because I want to shield you from pain before it escalates. It was sent because Archangel Michael is crying with urgency, telling you not to ignore. And above all, it was sent because I am your Father, and I will never abandon you. Stay close to me, my child. Stay strong in faith. Stay firm in love. Nothing will go wrong with you because I am with you. Trust me, pray to me, and let your heart be at peace. The storm will pass, the mask will fall, and you will stand unharmed. My beloved child, listen carefully, for the message that flows to you right now is not ordinary. It is not something to treat lightly. It is the divine reaching into your life with urgency, with trembling love, with unshakable truth. God says, this is very serious. There is something that has been happening behind your back, something that others thought you would never discover, but the heavens have revealed it, because you are not alone, because you are watched, because you are guarded, because Archangel Michael has been standing close, shielding you, fighting silently while you did not even know the full extent of what was going on. He has spoken with authority. I order you to open this right now. Do not ignore this. He sees what human eyes cannot see. He hears what your ears could not hear, and he knows what is being prepared against you in secret. The woman who has been smiling into your face, pretending friendship, pretending care, pretending to hold goodwill toward you, has been recording your words, keeping them, twisting them, preparing to use them against you. But the Lord, who is the revealer of hidden things, who sees behind every curtain, who uncovers every whisper in the dark, has brought this to the light, because you are too precious to be deceived. My child, you must know that heaven loves you enough to expose what others tried to keep buried. You must know that you are not meant to fall into their trap. You must know that God's hand is upon you even when people plot with their devices. Do not be afraid, for no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises in judgment shall be condemned by the truth of the Lord. The one who smiles falsely before you has already condemned herself with her actions, for God is not mocked, and Michael does not cry out warnings for nothing. The urgency you feel right now is not a passing emotion. It is the Spirit of God stirring inside you, pressing you to understand that there is more going on than what your eyes can see. This is why you must stay in prayer, for prayer lifts the veil. Prayer pulls back the shadows. Prayer makes powerless the plans of those who work against you in silence. The enemy thought you would never know, that the recording of your words would be hidden, that the smiling mask would be enough to deceive you forever. But the Spirit has spoken, and the angel has declared, now is the time for truth, now is the moment for revelation. Rest assured, my beloved, nothing will go wrong with you when your trust is fixed in the Lord. Even when people try to use your own words as weapons, God turns it around for your good. What they thought would harm you will become a stepping stone. What they thought would trap you will only be a testimony. What they thought would shame you will instead elevate you, because the Lord delights in showing His children that no scheme of man can ever overturn the will of heaven. Archangel Michael stands by, his sword of fire lifted, not in fear but in authority, to defend you. He is not merely an angelic presence in story or symbol, he is with you, here, now, protecting the edges of your life, cutting away the cords that others try to bind you with. The very recordings meant to be used as evidence against you will be transformed into proof of your innocence. The smile that hid deceit will be unmasked by God's truth. And the false calm of the one who works behind your back will turn into trembling, for no one can stand against the decree of the Almighty. My child, hear this and let it sink into your soul, you are safe. Do not let fear take root. Do not allow anxiety to whisper lies into your heart. Instead, hold firmly to faith, for faith is your shield, and trust is your anchor. The Lord Himself has declared, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. What He says cannot be broken. His word does not return empty. His promises are unshakable. If He says you are safe, then you are safe, no matter how loud the threats, no matter how cunning the schemes, no matter how close the betrayal. You must pray, my child, pray without ceasing. When you pray, the Spirit rises around you like a wall of fire. When you pray, your enemies scatter because they cannot stand in the light of God's presence. When you pray, your own heart is steadied, and you walk in peace instead of panic. Do not think you are alone in this battle. Michael stands on your right hand, and the Lord of hosts surrounds you with his armies. The woman who pretends to be loyal cannot outsmart heaven. Her recordings will crumble, her whispers will fade, her plans will dissolve, for the God who exposes is already at work. This moment is serious, but it is also holy because you are being lifted higher. Sometimes the Lord allows deceit to surface so that you may see clearly who belongs to you and who does not. Sometimes He allows betrayal to show its face so that you are no longer blinded by false smiles. Sometimes He pulls the cover away so that you can stand free, knowing that your circle is being purified. This is not punishment for you. This is protection. This is not abandonment. This is divine intervention. Do not waste your tears on those who smile falsely. Do not waste your heart on those who plan against you while pretending to love you. God is saying, lift up your eyes to me. I am your source. I am your defender. I am your friend who never leaves, who never betrays, who never records your words to twist them, but instead inscribes your prayers upon my heart to answer them in due season. Right now, the heavens lean close to you. The Spirit whispers peace into your chest. Michael's voice echoes with command, be alert, but do not fear. The trap will not close upon you. You are surrounded by light. The woman who thought she was clever did not know that the eye of God never blinks, that the ears of heaven never close, that the angels move swiftly at his command. What she tried to hide in secret is already a matter of heaven's record, and nothing she does can erase the truth. Rest, my child. You are safe. Trust, my child. You are covered. Pray, my child. You are heard. The danger they intended for you will pass like smoke in the wind, and you will remain unshaken. The recordings will vanish, the plans will scatter, the mask will fall away. You will see the hand of God, strong and mighty, holding you, guiding you, keeping you. Do not delay, lift your heart to Him now. Speak to Him, for He is listening. Call upon Michael, for he is near. Stand firm in the faith, for your safety is not in man, but in the Almighty. God says, this is very serious, yet even in that seriousness He assures you, you are mine.